In the heart of a sun-drenched garden, nestled among rows of vibrant tomatoes and leafy greens, grew a peculiar vine. Its leaves were broad and heart-shaped, a deep emerald hue. At its end, a small, round fruit began to form, a pale green hue with delicate tendrils spiraling around its stem. This was no ordinary squash. It was a honeynut, a rare and precious variety known for its sweetness and nutty flavor. As the summer days passed, the honeynut squash grew larger, its skin turning a rich golden color. Inside, the flesh was firm and vibrant orange, filled with tiny seeds. When it was finally ripe, the farmer, a kind and patient man named Elias, carefully harvested the squash. He cradled it in his hands, admiring its beauty. "You'll be a treasure," he whispered. Elias knew exactly what to do with his honeynut squash. He would roast it in the oven, a simple yet delicious preparation that would allow the squash's natural sweetness to shine. He sliced the squash in half, removed the seeds, and drizzled it with a touch of olive oil and a sprinkle of sea salt. Then he placed it in the oven and watched as it transformed. When the squash was tender and slightly browned, Elias removed it from the oven and let it cool. The aroma that filled his kitchen was heavenly, a combination of sweetness, earthiness, and a hint of nuttiness. With a fork, he scooped out a generous portion of the flesh and tasted it. The flavor was exquisite, a burst of sweetness followed by a subtle nuttiness. It was like a taste of autumn itself. Elias knew he had to share this delicious squash with his family and friends. He invited them over for a special dinner, where he served the roasted honeynut squash as a side dish. As they took their first bites, their faces lit up with delight. "This is amazing," they exclaimed. "It's the best squash I've ever tasted." Elias smiled. He was glad that his honeynut squash had brought so much joy to those around him. As he sat back and enjoyed the meal, he couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the simple pleasures in life. And he knew that the following year, he would plant even more honeynut squash seeds, hoping to share the golden gourd's sweetness with the world.